Hello, everyone. It's Peggy Hubbard here on the Real 93.3 FM St. Louis. And I am working on a developing story that I am going to refer over to the Department of Justice, looking into uh, criminal, possibly criminal charges against individuals in the Cahokia Heights School District. Christopher Bell is a state senator, Democrat with the in Illinois. His wife, Stephanie Bell, is the assistant superintendent of the school district 187 of Cahokia Heights, Illinois. What I'm finding out and what I have uncovered is she has been paying her mother's assisted living and Medicaid out of the school funds to the tune of almost $100,000. Then she has a school administrator that has been receiving checks, payroll checks in the amounts of one check was $118,000, one payroll check was $79,000, another payroll check was $160,000, another payroll check was $100,000. Plus, this assistant administrator gets 100 days of vacation time with full pay, and that pay is estimated to be over $100,000. Now, Cahokia Heights is a pretty much impoverished community, and they merged with Cahokia, Allerton, and Cahokia, Allerton, and there is another municipality that merged in with Cahokia to make Cahokia Heights. But the state senator, Christopher Bell's wife, has been getting almost $1 million in salary. Folks, this is fraud. Her assistant also has been clearing bank. Her payroll has been over $100,000 a pay period with 100 days of paid vacation, 100 days of paid vacation. So there should be a criminal investigation. What I am going to do is I'm going to forward the video that I was sent anonymously to the Department of Justice, because not only is his wife, Stephanie Bell, Christopher Bell, also is related to the mayor of Cahokia, McCall. Stephanie Bell is the sister of the mayor, McCall. And Christopher Bell is on the payroll as senator for working for the Public Works Department, Water Department. He's never clocked in. He's never, ever attended a meeting. He's never, ever showed up for work, but yet they're paying Christopher Belt, the senator, Democrat senator from Southern Illinois, St. Clair County. He represents St. Clair County. He is a state senator, Democrat, and he's making a salary of over $100,000 for not showing up at work, not doing anything, but on paper, he is receiving over $100,000, and his wife, Stephanie Bell, is paying for Medicaid assisted living for her mother out of the school board funds. She's allocating funds to pay for her mother's assisted living out of the money allocated for the school and children. But yet they harass the teachers. They make the teachers get a sick notice for one day. If they miss one day of work, they have to go to the doctor of their choice. They dictate to prove whether or not they're sick. And this is only calling off sick for one day. But the school assistant to the superintendent and the superintendent are making close to $1 million a year in an impoverished community of Cahokia Heights. How is this possible? And tomorrow on my show, I'm going to break it all down and how much these individuals are making. And I am going to refer this case to the Department of Justice because there is definitely fraud that is taking place in Cahokia Heights with the school board District 187, because Assistant Superintendent Stephanie Bell is making almost $1 million. $1 million. Her assistant is getting over 100 days of paid vacation. 100 days. In one pay period, she received a check for $127,000 in one pay period. Folks, there is fraud. And we don't have to look up at Minnesota. It's happening right here in St. Clair County. It's happening right under our noses. And Christopher Bell, Stephanie Bell, McCall, all of these individuals are fleecing the taxpayers of Cahokia and St. Clair County. There is no way that a school administrator should be making $1 million in an impoverished district such as Cahokia Heights, but it's happening. And one of the attorneys that brought this to our attention asked for the FOIA, asked for the card swipe, asked for evidence of them showing up for work every day. And Stephanie Bell and her assistants on the school board refused to turn over any of that information under the Freedom of Information Act. You know why? Because they're committing fraud. But they got the information anyway. And tomorrow, 93.3 on The Real with Peggy Hubbard with me, I'm going to break it all down. I'm going to give you all of the information, and I am going to play the audio from the school district. Matter of fact, I'm going to download it and I'm going to post it on my Facebook page. And folks, you are to hear what these people are doing in Cahokia Heights. These school administrators, they're harassing the teachers. If they call off sick for one day, they got to go to their designated doctor to confirm their illness. 1 day of sick leave. But the administrators get 100 days of paid vacation. 100 days. That is 1, 2, 3. That's 3.5 months. They don't have to show up for work because they're on vacation, and they get over 100, and I believe it's 160, allegedly $164,000 in a salary for one pay period. One. Folks, something is shady is happening in Cahokia Heights, and I'm going to play that audio tomorrow so you can hear what they're making. They're making almost $1 million a year. How is this possible in Cahokia Heights, Illinois, Southern Illinois, St. Clair County? The state senator, Christopher Bell, is getting paid for work for not showing up, and he's making almost $100,000 for public works, and his wife is the assistant superintendent, and she's making almost $1 million a year, and she's paying for her mother's senior care with school money. That's fraud. And the teachers can't get a raise. So, follow me for more. 93.3 FM, Peggy Hubbard on The Real. We're going to bust this thing wide open, and I'm going to send that video to the Department of Justice, and we're going to get the ball rolling, and we're going to get some answers to find out how is it that an impoverished community of Cahokia Heights school board members are making over $600,000 to $1 million a year. Fraud. That's how. 93.3 FM, Peggy Hubbard on The Real. Share this video. I'm going to post the video on my Facebook page, and you guys can go and check it out. God bless. Good night. Take care.